I want to thank you for purchasing this album. You could have got something over there to the left, to the right, but you came right here and picked up Language 6. You know?
All right. I'm here with Mr. Al Chauncy. How you doing tonight?
How you doing? I'm doing quite well.
I'm doing good too. So we're gonna talk about your album and whatever else comes to mind. Is that cool?
Absolutely. I'm with
Okay, okay. So you have a pretty decent following. For those of us that don't know you though, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and all that good stuff.
I am Al Chauncy. I am an urban soul singer from North Carolina. I've been down in Atlanta going on 5 years now, and my quest down here was to make it in the music business. So when I got down here, I came as a hip-hop artist, and that wasn't the path that God had for me. I moved. Yeah,
You was rapping.
I was a rapper. I was nice.
Okay.
But, you know, things started to change and God had other plans for me. I moved to Smyrna, Georgia. And moving to Smyrna, I didn't know that my future producer was only 2 or 3 miles up the road from me.
Wow, right there.
Right.
See how God works?
See how he works. and the guy that's holding the camera, Reggie Rooks, you can see him on my YouTube page, me and him cutting up. He stayed in the same apartment complex as me, so that's how, you know, the 6 degrees of separation, is that what they call it? You know, when God put people in your life to get you where you need to be. And so I met him and met another guy, and that guy introduced me to Tracks.
Okay.
So Tracks pretty much heard my voice. I was singing on the hooks of my rap songs, and Tracks was like, hey man, you might need to try some of this right here. Try these tracks, take these home and play with them. And I played with them and had fun, and I became an urban soul singer.
Okay, so you come from a family of musicians and singers and all that
I do. My father, he was a great musician. He was a pianist, a jazz classical trained pianist. He went to Juilliard School of Music. Duke Ellington handpicked him out of a contest and got him into Juilliard, and he actually toured with Duke Ellington for a while. And his story was similar to per se Quincy Jones, because Quincy Jones got kicked off the road with Lionel Hampton when he was a young teenager, and my dad the same way with Duke. My dad was out there chasing women and just having fun, you know. But back to Al Chauncy, his son, you know, I'm here doing it, and also I'm the cousin of Brownie McGhee.
Okay.
He's a blues legend as well. He was in a group, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGhee, and they toured up and down the South and the North. And
so you got that good music running all through your veins.
Something like that.
Okay.
You could say that.
How long have you been making music? What's been your interest?
I can recollect all the way back to 9 years old. You know, just been around gospel music, been around R&B. You know, my father had a big record player, you know, with all the records in there. I remember going through the records and seeing Profile records, seeing, you know, Epic records, you know, with Michael Jackson on the cover. And I grew up around it all my life, but I didn't take it serious to maybe 11.
Okay, maybe 11. That's still fairly young. So you've been at it for a while. Okay. So how would you describe your sound, and what are some of your inspirations?
I categorize my sound as urban soul. And me and Tracks also coined it as high def soul, high definition. So because the way we do it, we add undertones of hip hop with soul music. A lot of times when people do soul music, they have that old retro sound and sing the same way. I'm bringing hard 808s, you know. If you know the single Stick 'Em Up, it's very, you know, 808 driven, have hard beats to it. So that's my sound, you know, urban soul. But second question, my inspiration. It's like a gumbo pot. I would say Sam Cooke. I would say Al Green. I would say Marvin Gaye, Isaac Hayes,
I definitely.
Nina Simone. You know, Nina Simone's voice was so coarse when she sung, and you get the pain behind it. John P. Key, growing up, I love, you know, the Colorblind album. I love the Stand album. I just love the way John P. Key had authority on those gospel records. When will it come through every time, every time? Then break it down to He Made a Way. You know, it was just so fascinating to hear these riffs and the music. And also, everybody knows that Ron Isley, Mr. Biggs, is one of my favorite artists. I started emulating him, you know, when I developed a voice from a teenager, you know. Because, you know, you go from a kid to a teenager, you're trying to find your voice. But I started emulating Ron Isley and also Carl Thomas.
Okay. Well, with the music industry being so, you know, crazy, over the top the way it is, bubblegum, like no substance, how do you manage to stay so focused on your style of music? Like, it's so refreshing and different from what's going on right now. Like, how do you plan to keep that momentum going? Well,
if you look at all the artists who stood out like sore thumbs and separated themselves from everybody, from D'Angelo to Lauryn Hill to India Aries, Al Chauncy, they have staying power for a long time, and it's authentic. If you go in the studio with the mindset of I'm gonna make a song like Lil Wayne, I'm gonna make a song like John Legend, the authenticity takes away from the artist, and people want what's real. You know, like on your feet, you got a pair of Jordans, right? You know, you would rather have the real ones than the knockoffs. You're gonna buy the real ones because they're gonna feel more comfortable. They're gonna gel with your feet. The knockoff ones gonna fall flat. The threads are gonna come out. You know, that's what separates me from the rest of the industry. I don't have a mindset of I want to make a hit to get on the radio. That's not my mindset. I want to make music that people can feel. You know, that evokes people emotion. You know, I think emotion and love is missing from the music. So that's what separates me. I love what I do. You see me perform.
Yes, yes, I am. You definitely are. I can definitely contest to that. So, how do you feel about the state of music nowadays? Like, is it, you know, what's your opinion on that?
Like a lot of music industry, everything's going well. You know, the trends of music always change and it always come full circle. You know, as a soul artist, I'm just creating room for me. I feel like there's a lot of room out there for me for what I do. It's not neo soul. When people hear soul, they say, hey, is neo soul? Is it like this? No, I do urban soul. My style is urban and soulful, you know. So I love the music industry. You know, what's out there now is hot. You know, it's hot to somebody.
That's true.
Yeah, it's playing on the radio. It's doing what it do. You know, the people out there that have different objectives and say, hey, we don't like this or whatever. Well, change the radio station or create great music. I think I'm creating great music at this time.
You could collaborate with anybody, past or present, dead or alive.
Yeah.
Who would it be?
Man, that's a tough question. Past, I would say Sam Cooke and Marvin Gaye.
Wow.
You know, and Ray Charles. A lot. And also Biggie. Biggie's one of my biggest inspirations too. I forgot to mention him. You know, also. He was very charismatic, and he was like the Edgar Allan Poe of music. You know, if you listen to the words, how he just pronunciate words. Nowadays, people are not even pronunciating words in rap. It's just this.
Who you telling? I know, it's crazy.
Biggie could break down bracelet and make it into bracelet, make it into different syllable type of words, and the way he would use onomatopoeias and all type of alliteration music. You know, because his mother was an English teacher. But Dad, Biggie has to go in my dad category. Alive, I would love to work with Al Green now. The Reverend Al Green. He's still alive. I would love to work with him. I would love to do records with Bruno Mars. That would be dope. Good collaboration. I also would love to work with CeeLo Green also. He, you know, Trax, my producer, was his in-house producer for a while, and I respect CeeLo.
Big ups to Trax.
Yeah, big ups to Chris Trax, just my dog. Jay-Z, Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco, Andre 3 Stacks, you know, just to name a few.
The title of your upcoming album is Late for Church. Why that name?
Well, I was raised in, like most young African American kids, I was raised in the church and the streets. I wanted to put those two together and tell that story because a lot of kids I grew up with, you know, sung in the choir with me, and a lot of them are locked up or either dead or, you know, still back in the hood and didn't get the opportunity that I had, you know what I'm saying? And also it means the world is not perfect. It's ambiguous too, the world is not perfect. So it's letting people know that even though you live in this lifestyle, you don't have to be under a spectroscope or microscope and living that way. You're not perfect, but you can strive for greatness, and that's what Late for Church means.
Okay. Pursuing your music career, what has been one of your greatest moments and one of your hardest moments?
I don't think I've achieved my greatest moment yet. I'm still in the infantile stages. I'm still growing. You know, this is my first body of work. I haven't witnessed my greatest moment yet. Some of my darkest moments have been, you know, losing my parents. You know, I lost my dad when I was 13. That was tough. But he showed me everything I needed to know to be a man during that time. It's like, man, I look back, it's like, yo, I learned how to be a hustler, learn how to work, learn my religious faith, you know, learn how to take care of a family, you know, learn how to tie a tie. There's some kids out there who know how to tie a tie, you know, and little things like that, cutting the grass, little small things like that. And I lost my mom when I was 24, you know, 3 weeks before my 25th birthday. That was tough on me, but I bounced back. You know, I had a lot of heartache. Seen one of my best friends get killed right in front of my house. That, you know, like, this is the environment I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? Every other neighbor may be a crack addict. But you had so much love in your household that you didn't know that you was in a low-income neighborhood. You know, people see me and like, oh yeah, the good life, yeah, such and such. But you go back to my community now, it's not the same. And, you know, when once the elders die off, it's like, man, they're not there to say, hey, you can't do that no more. Or spank you on your butt and say, I'm going to call your mama and tell you what you did. So that's where I come from. You know, exactly. So those are some of my lowest points, you know. But every time I'm on that stage, my parents are there with me. I feel it. You know, it's a feeling. A feeling is something you put in the pie, but a feeling, it's an aura. So when you see me on stage, that's my mother and father there.
Okay.
You know, because I watched them in church do their thing. My mom used to get up and sing, and everybody like, hey, shh, what Jana's about to sing. You know, I watched my mama just, you know, walk through the choir stand and get to the mic, and everybody's like this, you know. And that's where I get my performance from. I get my entertainment from my dad. Okay. So, you know.
But, you learn from the best.
Oh, yeah.
So, in one of your songs, you talked about deserving better.
I deserve better.
What advice could you give an upcoming artist or just someone in general who may feel that they deserve better, but they're going through a time where they're not receiving better? Well,
the thing is you got to stay true to who you are. I'm looking at you artists right now. Know who you are. Before you step to a record executive or anybody and sit down with a meeting, know who you are on the inside as an artist. You know, and know your worth. You know the record business. When me and Chris Trex Rogers did this song, I Deserve Better, we both was at a standpoint where it was like an emotional trough at the time. You know, he was going through some personal things, I was going through some personal things, and we kept having so many doors getting closed on us. And like, hey, the project's good, but how are we going to market it? How are we going to do this? So when we penned that record, you know, per se, out of inspiration and frustration, we came up with I Deserve Better. And I go into my verse, whereas I'm talking to the world as, you know, I'm tired of people saying, hey, you need to change your style. You need better writers on your project. You need this, you need that. when the whole time this is God's project. It's not mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting Him do what He wants to do with me.
Right.
You know, this is not the world's work. The stuff that I do on stage and music, it comes from somewhere else. You know, I was a rapper at first.
That's
you know, I was, you know, I was an MC, and I'm like, I watched the transformation of where I, you know, came from to where I am now. I deserve better. Because I want you to see the vision that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I'm feeling your vibe right now. Like you.